WJ News Times 8:08, traffic and weather together on the 8s, and drive still fairly peaceful out there this morning for us here, Michelle?
Oh, yes, definitely, Greg. We're looking at a very smooth drive in and around the city. Still have some road projects out there, however. This report is sponsored by Bishop Airport. Now, we also had a disabled vehicle that's cleared out of the way, 96 Jeffries eastbound connecting to the Davison. Meantime, looking at a smooth drive along I-96 as you're moving from Howell out to Novi, 275 all clear right now from M1496 to Eureka Road, and overall just lighter traffic volumes as expected. Now, ramp closures continue, and one of them through the rest of the week. 94 westbound, the entrance from 12 Mile is blocked through Friday, and I-275 northbound, that ramp to the Jeffries East closed through June. Book your next adventure from Flint Bishop on Allegiant, now offering nonstop flights to Destin, Newark, and Portland, plus favorites like Vegas, Nashville, and other Florida hotspots. Ultra-low fares make getting away easier. Plan your trip from Flint Bishop at Allegiant.com. Your next report at 8:18 from the Mans Lumber and Home Traffic Center.
And the AccuWeather forecast as we check in live now, meteorologist Joe Lundberg. The sun is out, but still a little chilly maybe for those parades and the ball game today, Joe?
Yeah, it's a little chilly, but it's warming up right now, Greg. We're seeing temperatures now into the low 50s across the area, and we'll end up with more sun than clouds throughout the day. And when push comes to shove, 71 is going to be our high this afternoon, which is just a little bit below historical averages, but again, an improvement of where we've been over the past several days. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low 52. It does cloud up tomorrow, but we stay trying. We can get to the low 70s once again. Unfortunately, it's cooler for the rest of the week. We'll see a lot of clouds on Wednesday with scattered showers and a high of 63. Probably a shower or two Thursday with a high of 65. And then Friday, clouds, some sun. Another front will drop through in the afternoon with it. Could be a shower, maybe a thunderstorm, the high 73, and then a little cooler to start the coming weekend. Right now, partly sunny. I call it mostly sunny, really. 52 at Metro Airport, 53 at City Airport and Mount Clemens, 51 on Pontiac. Relative humidity 76%. The air is calm. The barometer 30.32 inches and rising. Recapping our forecast, sun mixing with clouds today. A nice one for Memorial Day, the high 71. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on WWJ News Radio 950.
Where you hear traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 8s around the clock. Next report, less than 10 minutes away at 8:18. WWJ News Times 8:10, the Mackinac Policy Conference getting underway Tuesday on Mackinac Island. WWJ's Beth Fisher joining us live with a preview. Good morning, Beth.
Hey, Greg. Well, as always, it'll be a gathering of the state's top political, business, labor, and civic leaders. Some of the speakers this year include Governor Gretchen Whitmer, sports broadcaster Mike Tirico, former Pistons legend Grant Hill, and billionaire Dan Gilbert, and others. The Detroit Regional Chamber will be releasing information first thing Tuesday morning about the state of the state. The conference runs through Friday at the Grand Hotel. Reporting live, Beth Fisher, WWJ News Radio 950.
Well, now that Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker has decided not to retry former Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Schur in the murder of Patrick Loyola, some are pressuring State Attorney General Dana Nessel to prosecute Schur. The Urban League of West Michigan and the Greater Grand Rapids NAACP have reportedly urged Nessel to prosecute the case. There is no word from the AG yet on that possibility. It was one of the saddest takeaways from last summer.
That is the alarming number of drownings in Oakland County. 11 people lost their lives on area lakes, with the majority of fatalities coming in July, and with several victims being young men in their 20s. So alarming was the spate of water fatalities last summer that by August, State Representative Donnie Steele called for the legislature to consider a Senate bill that would require schools to teach water safety courses. Oakland County is home to around 450 inland lakes, more than any other county in Michigan. Kyle Kimball, WWJ News Radio 950.
Well, on this Memorial Day, a reminder, military cemeteries are more than just memorials. We'll take a look at that coming up in 2 minutes. WWJ News Time, 8:13.
In the evenings, 10 o'clock news.
Oh, yeah, 10, 11, all of it.
Clear the air with Kia.
I used to white-knuckle my way through 101 traffic in a gas guzzler. Now I just set the smart cruise control, let the regenerative braking do its thing, and watch my Kia EV charge down the hills. The augmented reality heads-up display tech is insane. Navigation just floats on the windshield in front of me. It's like I'm driving in the future.
From intelligent driving features to a smoother, smarter ride, Kia EVs and hybrids bring innovation to to every mile. And here in the Bay, that makes all the difference. Find your calm at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
Are you made for excellence? Are you made for bravery? Are you made for more? Join the California Highway Patrol and earn $122,000 per year as an officer. Be the difference in communities across the state. Visit chpmadeformore.com to learn more.
Yo, this is Flavor Flav, and I am coming at you with one of my flavor faves, Raising Cane's. Those hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce hit hard and gets your boy feeling right every time, just in time. Know what I mean? So when you're looking for flavor fast, order in a flash, online or on their app. Yeah, boy, Raising Cane's. One love.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
AC Transit's Realigned service changes are rolling out this August. Designed with community input, the new bus network brings more reliable service, better connections, and access to new destinations across the East Bay. Stay up to date with changes and learn more at actransit.org/realign.
There are no reported crashes or delays on the roads. MDOT has put most of the construction on hold for the holiday weekend. Some of course, is continuing the long-term projects like eastbound 696 from M10 The Lodge to I-75. That is still closed through November of last year. Your official detour southbound M10 to eastbound Davison back to I-75. Also, north and southbound I-75 between Springwells and Clark Street. Lane closures each way, and the southbound 75 ramp from Clark Street is closed. Forecast for this Memorial Day, sunny to partly cloudy, beautiful day, and a high of 71. Right now, we are enjoying the sunshine and 50 degrees. Traffic and weather coming up in 3 minutes. WWJ News Time is 8:15. Military cemeteries. They're more than just memorials. They're reminders.
Those words from Choice Mutual founder Anthony Martin, who conducted a poll to determine some of the most revered cemeteries in the nation. In Michigan, the top ranked was Fort Custer National Cemetery in Augusta. They say the locals often visit just to walk and remember, even when it's not a holiday. Also making the list is the Great Lakes National Cemetery in Holly. They say it's one of the newer VA cemeteries, but has quickly become a central site for honoring service members across the state. Ryan Recker, WWJ News Radio 950.
Topping the list was Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. Memorial Day services being held throughout the state today. Many confuse Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Director of Fort Custer National Cemetery in southwest Michigan's Augusta, Rodney Hurd, explains.
Memorial Day is to memorialize the ones that have passed before us, that laid their lives on the line for us. And Veterans Day are for veterans who are living.
Fort Custer held a service for Memorial Day on Sunday. Flags were placed on the graves of veterans on Saturday. If you're hosting a Memorial Day cookout today, you may want to check your fridge before serving up any cucumbers. FDA says there's a salmonella outbreak linked to some cucumbers that have been sold in Michigan. Dozens of people across the country and a few in Michigan have reported becoming ill after eating the cukes grown by Florida-based Bednar growers and distributed by Fresh Start Produce. Health officials say to check the labels on your cucumbers, and if you don't know where they came from, best to throw them out. Memorial Day is the unofficial summer kickoff. Of course, this summer, there's a new way to party on Detroit's waterfront.
Some of the more distinguished members of our audience will recognize music like this. Back in the day, it might have been called adult-oriented rock, or maybe the West Coast sound. But over the past couple of decades, this smooth, easy-breezy rock music from the 70s has seen a rise in popularity under the name yacht rock. This July 11th and 12th will mark the first ever Detroit Yacht Rock Festival at the Rooster Tail event venue right on the waterfront. You'll have 2 days of food, drinks, and music, headlined by Lou Gramm, founding singer of the band Foreigner, with more live music and DJs throughout. Single and 2-day passes can be bought online at yachtrockdetroit.com. Jay Dennis, WWJ News Radio 950.
WWJ News Time. is 8:18. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8th. And Michelle, if you're trying to get to your yacht today or wherever you're heading, shouldn't be any slowdowns.
No, we're looking at a fantastic drive on this early Memorial Day holiday. This report is sponsored by Oaks Roofing. As I look through the AAA jam cams, it's been a very quiet morning so far. We have dry road conditions, a little bit of sunshine out there, and very, very light traffic volumes to start off the morning, so that's always good news. You're at posted speeds on pretty much every freeway. M59, you're moving nicely through Rochester Hills out to I-75. 75 moving very well through Troy and Madison Heights, and no issues along I-96, the Jeffries Freeway, as you're traveling through Livonia and Redford. So now let's go to the NECA IBEW Local 58 Construction Alert Update. Although MDOT has postponed many of the work projects until tomorrow morning, we still have those lingering long-term projects with us, and that includes lane closures, I-75 each way between Ortonville Road and Saginaw Road Dixie Highway. It's going to be there through November. On the northbound side, we still have the entrances blocked off at East Holly Road and Saginaw Road Dixie Highway. And for anyone who's making their way back from up north, closures on the southbound side include the exit to Saginaw Road Dixie Highway. The entrance from Grange Hall is closed, as well as the ramps at East Holly Road and Dixie Highway in Clarkston. Oaks Roofing is rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau, and for May, they're offering a 50-year GAF factory non-prorated warranty. It covers both labor and materials for free. Go to oaksroofing.com. That's OAKES roofing.com. Your next report at 8:28 from the Mans Lumber and Home Traffic Center.
And the exclusive WWJ AccuWeather forecast now. The update, and meteorologist Joe Lundberg tells us for this Memorial Day, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy and beautiful day today with a high of about 71 degrees, partly cloudy tonight, low 52 tomorrow, mostly cloudy and a high 71. Then Wednesday, cloudy and cooler with a few showers and a high of 63. Going to be cloudy with a shower in places Thursday, breezy and a high of 65. So recapping for today, nothing but sunshine, high 71. It is 51 degrees in Rochester this morning, Novi at 49, 50 at City Airport, and 50 degrees at Metro. WWJ News Times 8:20. It'll be Community Fun Day on Detroit's East Side today. The Detroit Police Department's 11th and 12th precincts holding an event from 10 until 3 featuring free food and drinks, music, bounce houses, classic car show, and a fire truck display. The Pistons dance team will be on hand, and the community will have a chance to get free health screenings and interact with neighborhood police officers and firefighters. The event's being held at the Dakota Inn, that's on John R., just south of McNichols. Make that just north of McNichols. WWJ News Time is 8:21. Tigers break that losing streak. They're taking on the Giants today. Sports in 2 minutes.
Is your cash working hard for you right until the very moment you need it? It could be if it was in a Wealthfront cash account. With Wealthfront, you can earn 4% annual percentage yield from partner banks until you're ready to invest, nearly 10 times the national average. And you get free instant withdrawals to eligible accounts 24/7, 365. 4% APY is not a promotional rate, and there's no limit to what you can deposit and earn. And it takes just minutes to transfer your cash to any of Wealthfront's expert-built investing accounts when you're ready. Wealthfront. Money works better here. Go to wealthfront.com to start saving and investing today. Cash account offered by Wealthfront Brokerage, LLC, member FINRA SIPC. Wealthfront is not a bank. The APY on cash deposits as of December 27, 2024 is representative, subject to change, and requires no minimum. Funds in the cash account are swept to partner banks where they earn the variable APY. The national average interest rate for savings accounts is posted on FDIC.gov as of December 16, 2024. Go to wealthfront.com to start today.
Clear the air with Kia.
I used to white-knuckle my way through 101 traffic in a gas guzzler. Now I just set the smart cruise control, let the regenerative braking do its thing, and watch my Kia EV charge down the hills. The augmented reality heads-up display tech is insane. Navigation just floats on the windshield in front of me. It's like I'm driving in the future.
From intelligent driving features to a smoother, smarter ride, Kia EVs and hybrids bring innovation to every mile. And here in the Bay, that makes all the difference. Find your calm at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
We know you're made for more. Join the California Highway Patrol and start the journey towards a rewarding career as an officer, where you'll earn $122,000 per year, receive comprehensive benefits, and experience being part of the state's strongest team. Apply now. Visit chpmadeformore.com to learn more.
When your boy Flavor Flav counts from 3, you're going to go to Cane's and you're going to order hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers. 3, 2, 1. Raising Cane's. One love.
AC Transit's realigned service changes roll out this August. This new bus network was designed through community input for more reliable service, better connections at new destinations. Stay up to date with changes and learn more at actransit.org/realign.
This is Vanessa Deniston, senior attorney at the Dolan Law Firm.
The Dolan Law Firm handles a diverse line of cases from personal injury to employment law.
We're proud to say the Dolan Law Firm is just as diverse in our attorneys and staff. The Dolan Law Firm consistently achieves outstanding results with over $1 billion in verdicts and settlements.
The Dolan Law Firm, the best, most diverse personal injury and employment law firm we hope you'll never need.
Contact us at dolanlawfirm.com.
WWJ News Time is 8:23. It's time for sports. The Tigers scored 5 runs in the 4th inning. Tarek Skubal pitched a complete game. 2 hitters. Detroit snapped their 3-game losing streak with a 5-0 shutout of the Guardians. Skubal was perfect through 5 innings, struck out 13 to pick up his 5th win of the year. Jason Benetti with the final call on 97.1 The Ticket.
0-2. Here we go. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 103. He rings up the radar gun.
It was the first time in Skubal's major league career that he pitched into the 9th inning. Zach McKinstry hit a 2-run homer to lead the offense. Tigers open up a series with the Giants this afternoon. First pitch, 1:10 on 97.1 The Ticket. History was made at the Indy 500 as Alex Palou becomes the first Spaniard to win the race. Palou has dominated IndyCar this year with his 5th win in his first 6 races of the year. Marcus Ericsson, who won 3 years ago, was second. The drivers will come to Detroit later this week for the Grand Prix in downtown Detroit. Sports 23 and 53 past the hour on WWJ News Radio 950.
Ow! Remember when I told you about my supervisor mistreating me?
Yeah, what happened?
She called me in front of everyone. I went to HR, and today they fired me.
That's not fair. I'm going to refer you to the best employment attorneys in California, Wilshire Law Firm.
I just lost my job. How can I afford an attorney?
Wilshire Law Firm doesn't get paid until you win your case. They help me get the maximum compensation on my case.
Really? What's their phone number?
1-800-800-3333.
Let me write that down.
1-800-800-3333. Call them now.
In his final concerts as music director of the San Francisco Symphony, Esa-Pekka Salonen brings epic masterworks to the Davie Symphony Hall. Hear him conduct Sibelius's final symphony, the deeply moving Symphony No. 7. Also on the program, Strauss's vivid musical storytelling and a brand new work by composer Gabriella Smith, making its world premiere June 6th through 8th, celebrating Esa-Pekka Salonen. Get tickets at sfsymphony.org.
Time to check your money on WWJ and Bloomberg's Denise Pellegrini.
Uber Eats is gearing up to launch a new Dine Out icon, where you'll be able to reserve tables on the app through OpenTable. Analysts call it the latest example of the rideshare company's obsession with becoming
a super app.
Mandeep Singh, analyst with Bloomberg Intelligence.
That's always been their vision, that they offer you all these things within the app so that it becomes a super app.
And in this quest to become the everything app, Uber's hoping to boost in engagement from restaurants and other businesses. With some of its 170 million customers, will help drive ad sales higher.
Uber, I think, is trying to cross-sell delivery services to its ride-sharing customers and vice versa, and that seems to be helping their engagement and frequency on the marketplace.
Meaning, watch for Uber to add more services from here.
From groceries to convenience to anything that is last mile, they want to be in that business.
Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Today we celebrate all of our hard work, late nights, and the most craveable Raising Cane's chicken fingers and cane sauce that got you through it. So get out there and commemorate this moment with a grad plush puppy, because you've earned it. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Homeowners and contractors, look no further for your decking supplies and building needs. Rafael Lumber and Building Supply in Marin has you covered with top quality brands like Trex, New Techwood, Premium Redwood, Moso Bamboo, and top-of-the-line waterproofing with Protecto Wrap. Drop by Rafael Lumber and Building Supply, conveniently located right off 101 in Marin and family-owned for over 50 years. Get expert service and recommendations for all your decking and remodeling needs. That's Rafael Lumber and Building Supply. Quality products, great prices, and expert service. Visit their showroom today.
You might think Yosemite's out of reach this summer, but here's good news. We've got 3 amazing lodges ready to welcome you for an incredible Yosemite adventure, like our brand new resort, Firefall Ranch. Relax in the poolside cabana, or have fun playing games and exploring our great outdoors with no hidden resort fees. How about a guided excursion, maybe a horseback ride through the forest? And get our inside scoop on park access. We're your backstage pass to Yosemite. Visit YosemiteHotels.com today.
WWJ News Time is 8:28. And we're looking at traffic and weather together. Every 10 minutes on the 8s. Here's Michelle.
Well, taking a look through the AAA jam cams, we are crash-free this early morning hour. No reported issues getting around a few of those existing work zones, including 696, where eastbound is shut down between M10 and I-75 as part of long-term construction. The family heating, cooling, and electrical trusted route is to take southbound Lodge over to eastbound Davis into I-75. You can also use a mile road. We have another ramp closure out of Livingston County, US 23 southbound. The ramps at M36 9 Mile are blocked and M36 at US 23 all closed through mid-August. Just look for detours posted in the meantime. Your next report is coming up at 8:38 from the Mann's Lumber and Home Traffic Center.
And the AccuWeather forecast, Joel Lundberg says for this Memorial Day, sunny to partly cloudy, beautiful and a high 71. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 52. Clouds tomorrow, 71 degrees, cloudy, cooler Wednesday with a few showers and a high of 63. Right now, 54 degrees at 8:29.
Clear the air with Kia.
I used to white-knuckle my way through 101 traffic in a gas guzzler. Now I just set the smart cruise control, let the regenerative braking do its thing, and watch my Kia EV charge down the hills. The augmented reality heads-up display tech is insane. Navigation just floats on the windshield in front of me. It's like I'm driving in the future.
From intelligent driving features to a smoother, smarter ride, Kia EVs and hybrids bring innovation to every mile. And here in the Bay, that makes all the difference. Find your calm at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
AC Transit's realigned service changes are rolling out this August. Designed with community input, the new bus network brings more reliable service, better connections, and access to new destinations across the East Bay. Stay up to date with changes and learn more at actransit.org/realign.
This is Vanessa Deniston, senior attorney at the Dolan Law Firm.
The Dolan Law Firm handles a diverse line of cases from personal injury to employment law.
We're proud to say the Dolan Law Firm is just as diverse in our attorneys and staff. The Dolan Law Firm consistently achieves outstanding results with over $1 billion in verdicts and settlements.
The Dolan Law Firm, the best, most diverse personal injury and employment law firm we hope you'll never need.
Contact us at dolanlawfirm.com.
And local, Detroit's #1 news station. News Radio 950 WWJ.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Bowman. It's our top story. Sidewalks in many Metro Detroit communities starting to fill up with people they're gathering for the Memorial Day parades. That includes Clawson, where we're joined by WWJ's Charlie Langton. Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Greg. Yeah, I moved up from Clawson. Now I'm in Royal Oak, but I've got a game to play. All right, see if you can name this instrument. All right? There you go. That's one note. That's all you're going to get.
Well, is that a tuba?
I said yeah, Greg, you knew it. How about that? And that is a special tuba because it is part of the Cass Tech High School Marching Band. And Julian Sierra, he's 15 years old. He's going to be a junior, part of the Royal Oak Memorial Day Parade, just about getting underway. So, is it hard to play the tuba and march and not mess it up?
For like 2 years, you get used to it, carrying the weight, and if we're not walking, we marching. We're marching.
That's right, he's marching. Julian says that tuba weighs about 30 to 40 pounds, so how about a tune for us?
Nobody's picking it up, but that hasn't discouraged her. She won't stop talking about her son's death. She won't stop advocating for the son who's no longer here.
There you go. I love it. In Royal Oak, just getting ready for the parade to start. Charlie Langton reporting live here. Greg?
All right, very nice tune, by the way, Charlie. We appreciate his musical contribution to Memorial Day, too. This weather won't be an issue for the parades and other Memorial Day events today.
I would like to see a few more degrees added to the forecast high today, but 71's a little closer to normal than where we've been in recent days. We were stuck in the 50s 4 days in a row last week and finally got into the 60s this weekend. 71 today is about 2 to 3 degrees below historical averages, and we'll do it with a fair amount of sunshine.
AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg, his full forecast coming up on the 8th. Today's expected to be a very busy day on the road and at airports alike. AAA projecting record-breaking travel this holiday weekend.
Travelers heading home after their Memorial Day holiday festivities could hit a snag of heavy traffic later today. AAA predicts more than 45 million Americans will travel this long weekend, setting a record.
If this weekend is any indication of what's to come, it's going to be very busy on our roadways, at the airports.
The Transportation and Security Administration was expecting to screen about 18 million people this weekend.
Follow the timeline. Tap your screen by 6:30.
CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette. In Michigan, more than 1 million people were planning to travel somewhere. Travel is still disrupted at trouble-plagued Newark Liberty Airport. There were nearly 400 delays on Saturday. The FAA says flights at Newark were delayed about 35 minutes on average Sunday. CBS's Chanel Call spoke with an expert who says he thinks Newark's issues could have a wider impact.
Aviation expert Michael McCormick. Do you think that what's happening at Newark may impact summer travel across the country?
There's an old adage within the air traffic control system in the United States. However New York goes, so goes the rest of the country. So if Newark is having a bad day, then the rest of the country is going to have a bad day because so many flights go through that airspace.
That will be right around 71 degrees. And here's a look.
And more than 3.5 million Americans expected to fly somewhere today, according to AAA. That is 2% more than last Memorial Day. Detroit police investigating after an incident at a park on the city's east side left 4 people injured last night. It happened around 10:30 at Jane Field near Conant and Davison. Here's DPD Captain Derek Griffin.
On Sunday evening, shortly before 10:30 p.m., an incident occurred here in Jane Field, which left 4 adult males as victims. One individual was fatally shot, one individual was non-fatally shot, one individual was stabbed, and one individual was struck by a vehicle.
Police have not released any details about the circumstances surrounding the incident. The ages of the victims have not been released. Police have not provided an update on the condition of the other 3 victims. A 13-year-old boy is in custody at the Monroe County Youth Center after allegedly breaking into 2 homes yesterday afternoon. Sheriff's Office says they had been on the lookout for the teen after he ran away from home when they found him at the scene of a reported home invasion. Authorities say the homeowner was threatened with a gun and a hammer, but they were able to restrain the teen until deputies arrived. Investigators say the teen broke into a different home shortly before that incident and stole the gun he used in the second home invasion. President Trump will mark Memorial Day and honor the nation's fallen by laying a wreath at Arlington National Cemetery. Over the weekend, he turned his focus to Russia's war on Ukraine. It comes less than a week after the president held a 2-hour call with Putin in an effort to move toward peace negotiations.
President Trump is lashing out at Russian President Vladimir Putin over his country's continued attacks on Ukraine, posting on social media that Putin has gone absolutely crazy.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people. We're in the middle of talking and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
The comments came after a big and deadly Russian drone barrage over the weekend and following a massive prisoner swap between Russia and Ukraine.
That is CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette. On Sunday, President Trump said he spoke by phone with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and he agreed to delay implementing 50% tariffs on the European Union for a month. BBC News correspondent Katie Silver says when it comes to reaching a trade deal, much is at stake here.
Just to give you an idea, the 2 economic super heavyweights trade around $1 trillion of goods each year between them. That's according to US government figures. So there certainly would be a lot of products, companies and sectors impacted if we do indeed see tariffs of that order place.
On Friday, President Trump had threatened to impose the tariffs on the EU as soon as June 1st. New numbers show global wine sales are falling falling to record low levels.
Wine consumption in 2024 was down 3% worldwide, almost 6% in the U.S., according to the International Organization of Vine and Wine. Rob McMillan is a wine industry analyst with Silicon Valley Bank.
Moving into the limelight are consumers that drink pretty equally across categories. It's not that they don't like wine, it's that they don't like wine as much as the boomers liked wine.
And they're drinking more premium wines.
Less but better seems to be the general trend worldwide.
McMillan predicts it will be 3 to 5 years before wine sales start growing again. Brad Gibson for CBS News.
The almost 3% reduction in worldwide wine consumption is the most significant decline since 1961. Oliver Widger and his cat Phoenix have officially made landfall in Hawaii after more than 3 weeks alone at sea. The 29-year-old went viral for quitting his corporate job to sail solo from Oregon after a life-changing medical diagnosis. On Saturday, he and Phoenix were met in Honolulu with a hero's welcome, boats, hula dancers, even Hawaii's governor. Widger telling the crowd, "I think people just want to believe it's possible to break out." And now he says he is living proof. Coming up on News Radio 950 after traffic and weather.
Metro Detroit High School students getting a jump start on a future career in healthcare. I'm Luke Sloan.
WWJ News Time. 8:38, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8s. Here's Michelle Pena.
As we take a look around the Metro Detroit area, still looking at a pretty fine drive right now with no reported crashes, but a few work projects are coming up, and we still have some lingering long-term work zones. This report is sponsored by National Coney Island. Now, many of those road projects are suspended for the Memorial Day holiday, not scheduled to resume until tomorrow morning, and this will include some work out in Macomb County starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. M59 Hull Road westbound at M53 Van Dyke Freeway. A double right lane closure will be in place for that midday project, along with the westbound Hull Road ramp to southbound M53 closed. Now, this will be daily through Thursday. Out in Ann Arbor, M14 westbound just west of Barton Drive to 94. Look for a moving work crew in this area tomorrow with single lane closures. And currently, construction leaves one lane open. M14 eastbound from Beck Road to I-275. No active work crews in the area right now, but again, just that one lane open. As you move eastbound, as you head westbound, there's a left lane closure from 275 to Beck, and also the northbound 275 ramp to westbound M14 is closed. Your next report at 8:48 from the Man's Lumber and Home Traffic Center.
And the exclusive AccuWeather forecast now for meteorologist Joe